Well, good day there, and thank you for watching. Thought I'd show you a program called FreeDV, and what is it? What's it all about? So if we type in Google FreeDV, it goes straight to their website, and this is sort of what it looks like here. And reading what it says on their website, they claim that it'll be the biggest thing since sliced bread, basically. Or actually, they're claiming that it'll be as big, if not bigger, than when AM went to sideband, as you can see on the screen here. Back in the 1950s, everyone went from AM to sideband, which was a big thing. I wasn't around in the 1950s. That's what happened. Most people do use sideband now on HF, and they believe this is the next step. People will go digital pretty quickly, is what they believe. Just a few interesting facts. FreeDVD is 100% open source, including everything, so that's a good thing. It's free to download. There's no cost involved, which is great. All you need is a sideband receiver or transceiver, and you should be right to connect to it somehow, as long as you can connect to it. Basically, if you can connect FT8 or any of those programs to your radio, you should be right with this. The latest download for Windows and for Mac and for Linux that you can download here, and then you can go from there. Here's a few frequencies that are used that might be of interest, some of the nets that they have, and there's a few different ways to getting help. There's documentation available, which is I find quite useful, and setting it up, because obviously this is all new to when you first started anyway. So FreeDVD started in 2012, so it's not a new thing. It's been around for a little while. It probably hasn't taken off as quickly as one would think, as far as I'm concerned anyway, but others may disagree with that. There is a website also here, an active website, where you can chat to other stations that are currently on there, and you can see where active stations are. You can see what's active at the moment, what frequency they're on, and you can sort this list too. So as you can see, some haven't put their information in correctly, others have. So 14.236 is the main frequency, and you can see there that there are different modes as well. Mode, so which we'll get into, and you can see what active station is there. So another way we can look at it is through PSK. So if we go to PSK reporter, and we can change the mode here. So I'll just change the settings here. Anyone, we can change the mode here to FreeDV. So if I click on that, we can see which stations have been on for the last, well, in this case I've chosen 6 hours. So clearly it's reasonably well used in the States, more than anywhere else, and in Europe and Japan. I've noticed they seem to be quite hot in using it as well. So there we go. Unfortunately, me in Australia, not as much. But anyway, maybe this video might help with that. So I always get COM port errors when I first load it, so I'm going to close Flrig and all that before I load it, and then I'm going to load FreeDV. Now I've already installed it. When you do install it, a couple of tips is at the end it brings up a DOS screen or a prompt screen, and then it does a whole lot of things. Depending upon your internet speed, it might take a while to do that, but do not close that command prompt black screen until it is finished, otherwise you will upset the install. So that's just that's probably the tip. Now I'll rearrange these windows so we can see it. So it comes up with 2 screens. So you can see the window on the right there is, I think, the same as this window here that I showed you earlier. So I think they're pretty well the same. But you can see on here when people are transmitting. So this one's transmitting on the 160 meter band by the look of it, or close to it, if the information is right. So here I've just got a message, Freqs, down under Australia. Hopefully that helps. I'm not on the list yet because I haven't started it, but you can put a message in here, and that's that message. Here, that message goes in this column here. So a couple of, if you go to tools, then easy setup, you get the prompts, and this saves you from each time. So your USB device, where you want the audio to come through, and your microphone, and so on. How you want to connect with the radio, and then you put in your call sign and your grid square location. So I've already done all that. You can also go into a bit more detail here, and then you've got a few other options there, how you want to connect. That's what I've got, but obviously it'll be potentially different for you. There's a few other options there. You can change the audio control. A little bit confusing. So this is input to computer from radio, and then you select what that is. So I'm using microphone USB audio, and then output from computer to speaker headphones. So that's the audio device I'm using there. And then if we go across to transmit, there we've got input from microphone to computer and output from computer to radio. So that's there. You can also record and test on both these tabs here and make sure it's working. Okay, so I'm going to press start here. You can see just before I hit start, we've got the modes here that we can select. So in summary, the higher the number, the smaller the bandwidth, but the more packets that go through it. Now, the thing with digital is the narrower the bandwidth, the more chance of losing the signal. So if you've only got a narrow bandwidth and you lose some of the signal, then you pretty well lost the whole signal. So I'll give you an example of this. Okay, so there we go. We've got someone talking here. So what I can do is I can change the width. And as you can see, when I drop the width, I'm basically taking the sides out. But because it's such a wide bandwidth, I can still hear him when he talks. If you were to change the width and reduce it to something like that, you would still be able to hear the person. You just block out a bit of the sound, and it might sound a bit tinny, but you'd still hear the person because we've now blocked off the basses and a bit of the treble there as well. But you'd still hear it. However, digital is such a narrow bandwidth that if you were to reduce the width, you'd actually reduce packets off the signal and you would not hear it. So that's one thing to be aware of any digital mode. Quite often it's a case of you either get it or you don't, or you get majority of it or not. It's a little bit different to sideband that uses quite a wide bandwidth. So with the modes that are on the screen here, we have the choice of different modes: 700, 700E, and 1600. So 1600 is probably the most clearest signal, but you need to have a strong signal between each other to be able to use that. Otherwise, it just won't work. So I usually start at 700 or the RAV-DV, and you can see what people are usually using. They're all on RAD EV1. So I'm going to start on 700 anyway. So I'm just going to make sure my receiver is on the right frequency. Now, for some reason, my receiver isn't connected via the cat like it should be. But anyway, I'll just manually tune in. So I've got the right frequency there. I've got the same frequency listed here in the box. So now I can start, and then you suddenly get a wavefall coming down like that. Now, if there were signals that we could pick up, you'd see them stronger in the wavefall here, and then you could click on them and possibly even hear them. But at the moment we can't hear anything, which is a bit of a shame. So you can click along the top here and tune them in. So down the bottom here, that's the wavefall. There's a spectrum here, which is handy too. Again, you can double click and change, and you can see the red line at the bottom here changes, so we can try and get the strongest signal. And then there's quite a few other different options here. So that's from mic when we're transmitting, and so on, scatter. and there's quite a few other things here. But for me, I've always used waterfall and spectrum to check which ones come in. Now, you can see here that that's the frequency there. That's the main frequency that's used. We go back to the website here. It's got calling frequencies, and you can see those same frequencies are on here, and 20 meters is the most common frequency that's used. So I'm going to go back to FreeDV. Unfortunately, I can't pick up anything. At any stage, you can click analog, and then you can hear the sound coming through. So I'll turn that off, and we'll stay to digital. But unfortunately, in this case, I'm not picking up anything. The signals are just, the band's not open at the moment anyway, so that's probably got a fair bit to do with it. But at least here on the screen, you can see where people are and where they're transmitting, and majority of them are on 20 meters. These guys here on 6 meters, they're in Japan. I'm not going to be able to pick that guy up anyway, so I won't bother. This guy here is in Japan. He's on 15 meters. I might be able to pick him up. I can try. Don't seem to be picking anyone up on 20 meters at the moment. And there's quite a few on 80 and 40 and a couple on 80, so I don't think I'll pick them up. But that's generally how it works. You can enable or disable the squelch. So I've just disabled it. You can hear a little bit there. It's trying. You might enable the squelch, and that's where you can hear it try and peak the squelch. There you go. It's trying to get something there, but I don't know whether that's a digital signal or whether it's just trying to decode a bit black there. See that black there? That might be something there. And it's trying to get it. Spectrum might show us a bit more. Not really. So you can see here that I'm on the list. If I wanted to, I could go on the website and put something in the chat. Say, where are you all? They say it's going to be big, and I just thought I'd show you. Like I said, with the PSK, it seems to be a lot more people in America using it at the moment. There's a couple of people there using it from America into Europe. So that's a confirmed contact. And you can set up FreeDV to talk to a PSK reporter so that you can get those any conversations in there. So here's a couple of other things that I've just been fiddling around with. I'm at night now, and if you drag out the whole thing wider, you can see a lot more of the scope and also the spectrum. So you can see the peak is definitely here. The other thing is with this reporter box, I didn't realise, but if you bring that out wider there, you can see a few more other things too. Yeah, I can pick up little bits. Not enough to decode it, so what am I doing wrong? I'm sure someone will be able to help me. Could just be that there isn't a close station. That might be all it is. It's trying hard. Well, wants to, doesn't it? I put out a few CQs, but no one came back. Anyway, if it was easy, where would the fun be in that? Yeah, it looks like it's got a lock onto it. Not quite getting it. Oh, it's so close. Anyway. I shall give it another try another time. So at the moment you can see Australia in darkness, but you can see Japan is getting across to here, and looks like they're on 40 meters. So clearly this band is quite big in Japan, this medium. Yeah, very big in Japan. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Victor Kilo 3, Tango Bravo Sierra, looking for a radio check. CQ, CQ, VK3 TBS listening. Well, if they can hear me, I can't hear them. Oops, cut that. Well, if they can hear me, I can't hear them, unfortunately. So there we go, it gives you a little bit of an idea. It's a shame I can't pick anything up at the moment, but gives you an idea what's happening anyway. Hopefully that's been helpful in setting it up. If you've got any ideas about FreeDV, please put it in the comments down below. That'd be helpful because we're all here to help each other. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to look at my other videos too.